New ownership is making a difference in some ECHL cities. We'll hear from some of the people directly involved. The trading deadline is only a week away, but plenty of teams are already in wheeling and dealing mode. How can we manage to bring you all the important news and info about the Premier AA League? It's because we've got the magic touch. ECHL Week starts right now.
Hi, welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. This time we come to you from the Cool Insuring Arena in Glens Falls, New York, home of the Adirondack Thunder. Let's get today's show started with a very interesting story out of the ECHL. A number of ECHL teams have changed ownership in the last year or so. During this season, we've talked with 4 of the men in team management on these clubs to see how the transition to new owners has progressed. Jerry James took over as Atlanta's team president prior to this season. His background includes a decade working at the AAA level of minor pro baseball, and when he's not directly involved with the business of sports, he spends time helping community nonprofits.
Our market is, you have to be competitive. There has to be the game has to be in doubt up to the end. And if you don't win, but if it was competitive, fans will come back. It is already a success, and it's going to continue to grow. The market's getting stronger, and it is, though, about being sustainable. And, we put the challenge out to the fans that, you got to buy a ticket. You got to come check out the product. And, if you like it one time, come back 2 or 3 times. And they've answered the bell, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Patrick Kavanaugh, who took ownership of the Norfolk team last year, used to play for the Admirals in the early years of the ECHL. His business sense regarding youth hockey development has manifested itself in the success of Hampton Roads Chilled Ponds Ice Sports Complex.
I'm very excited about the way the team's going and the changes that we've made. The community has really embraced what we're doing, and there's been just a tremendous amount of excitement. Hockey and Hampton Roads have really become synonymous with community, with family, with success, with tradition. It's refreshing. I'll make my rounds around this rink almost every game before, pregame, and I'll hear people say, "I remember when you used to play." That was 30 years ago, and so it's really united a lot of people in this community and given them a sense of being, a sense of connection with the team.
Todd Mackin is completing his first year with the Rush after spending 8 seasons in Kansas City with the Mavericks. His pro football experiences, as well as those in hockey, have helped him develop his expertise in both ticket and corporate sales.
We have a very, very small market, probably the smallest in our league. If you take 100 miles around us, it's 150,000 people. So when we lose a fan, it hurts. So we need to go back and we need to re-earn their trust and do some things the right way. And I think we're really working hard to do that, kind of one fan at a time. So we're moving in the right direction. We're already moving the needle this year. We got a lot more to do, and we understand that. But this summer and this season will be kind of our first full year with our new staff in place and ready to go. And I think the sky's the limit for our group.
David Farrar has just finished his first full year as Reading's general manager. He's responsible for the overall management, promotion, and day-to-day operation of the hockey team. He was previously general manager of the building the Royals call home, the Santander Arena.
The biggest challenge is just trying to reinvigorate a fan base that hasn't been engaged in several years for whatever reason. So we focused really on getting families back out, getting some old season ticket holders back, and just getting people to come out and experience a game again for maybe the first time in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Look, we're coming up on 20 years next year, so it came out really strong, and then it struggled a little bit, and now we're trying to get it back to where it was. The Convention Center Authority is committed to downtown. They're committed to Reading. Obviously, the theater and the arena are a big part of that, and so long term, we're just going to keep improving every year and see where it takes us.
Players are already coming and going, with still a week until the trading deadline. Details next on ECHL Week.
Okay, just got your credit card approval, and 2 waterless water fryers should be at your doorstep tomorrow morning. All right, enjoy.
William, I better not hear that again. William, don't you touch it again. William?
Hockey's here. The savings never left. GEICO, proud partner of the NHL.
I'm Justin Woods of the Kansas City Mavericks, and you're watching ECHL Week.
Time for a look at news from all around the ECHL. Now that the National Hockey League trading deadline has passed, ECHL teams are having rosters come into better focus. The end of the trading for the AHL arrives on March 2nd, and that will provide additional clarity as to which players will be assigned to which ECHL clubs. And although ECHL teams still have the ability to swap players through the 5th of March, many are not waiting for that deadline to arrive. Among the moves which took place in the last week, the most significant deal had Central Division leader Cincinnati trading for a couple of players who had seen a lot of ice time with Norfolk this season, defenseman Johnny Coughlin and forward Ben Holmstrom. The Admirals received D-man Scott Dornbrock and forwards Derek Angeli and Freddie Gerard in return, although Angeli, who had 39 points at the time of the trade, has decided not to play for the Ads and has been placed under team suspension. There have also been many deals involving future considerations. Among them, South Carolina picked up forward Marley Quince from Reading. Orlando acquired goaltender Jeff Smith from Utah. Wheeling obtained defenseman Kyle McKenzie from Worcester. The Nailers also added forward Josh Holmstrom from Norfolk. Kalamazoo picked up forward Matt Barry from Utah. And forward Reed Jackman was sent to Florida by Atlanta. Also, one futures deal was finished. Maine received defenseman Matt Nuttall from South Carolina to complete a September deal. Remember, teams have until June 12th to complete all of this season's future considerations exchanges. Make sure to watch the special ECHL Week Trade Deadline show, which will wrap up all of this season's late deals. That show premieres on Friday, March 6th.
Two top North Division teams do battle in our highlight game. Straight ahead on ECHL Week.
This is ECHL Week.
ECHL Week.
ECHL Week.
ECHL Week.
ECHL Week.
ECHL Week.
ECHL Week. ECHL Week.
ECHL Week.
ECHL Week. And the number one source for ECHL news, ECHL Week.
By the time you see the symptoms of lung cancer, it could be too late. Now there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early. If you smoked, get scanned.
Hi, I'm Chris LeBlanc of the Orlando Solar Bears, and you're watching ECHL Week.
We travel to the North Division today as we take a look at our highlight game of the week.
Up the right wing for Strome, waggles over the line to the right wing circle, head fakes, jukes and shoots, and he scores!
Terrific player. I think he had 19 goals, 31 assists for 50 points. Marcus Power out of the lineup, James Melendi on suspension, and now they shoot and they score to tie the game.
At the left slot, Reading wins the faceoff, powers one, and it's blocked on LeBear's truck to Cecile. Cranks it. A slap shot, low save, and they score! Frank Teixeira, left doorstep. Hit him low. Slap pass giveaway to Braden Lowe one-on-one, and across the line, left wing slot. Oh, a deep backhand! He scores! What a goal! Oh, the dangle! 3-1 Royals! Behind the cage to the right blue line on a pass that is stoned away by Hodson. He's got a breakaway. The righty to the slot, shoots and scores! Hayden Hodson! Otherwise, they would say they had absolutely no ties. Brasso to the slot, shoots and he scores! Brilliant toe drag goal from Justin Brasso, and it's a 2-goal game. 15 to go. Growler stole it back to the right wing circle, Ferguson. Shoots it net front. Brasso to O'Brien, and he scores! 7.6 to go. Mackin tips it left. Growler steal it. Shoot it to Sandstrom. 5 to go. Shovels it to the corner. 4 seconds. 3. Shot by Brasso. It's wide. And at the horn, the Royals win. It's 8 in a row. Felix Sandstrom's won 5 of those. And it's the longest winning streak in the Kirk McDonald era. A final against the Growlers. Royals 4, Newfoundland 3.
Hi, I'm Nick Boulin of the Kalamazoo Wings, and you're watching ECHL Week.
Voices of the ECHL. Today, Zach Reynolds of the Tulsa Oilers. How did you get your start in hockey broadcasting?
Well, I started interning with the Oilers when I went to Oklahoma State University, worked in media relations. Our broadcaster left. JP came in and wanted a color guy, so I gave it a go.
What was it like working with former Oilers play-by-play man John Peterson?
It was awesome because I got to learn a ton with JP, and you don't always get to have someone that you work well with, right? You know, you kind of sometimes get forced together and there's almost like animosity, but with us it was really easy. We hit it off really quickly, and I've learned pretty much everything I've learned from him and Rob Labor, who did a little bit of time in the ECHL as well, and a lot of time in the Central League.
Talk about some of your memorable hockey moments in Tulsa.
The Mountain Division Championship was huge. It was the first time we'd even made the playoffs since I had come here. When Jason Christie broke the all-time ECHL wins record, I was working as an intern at that point in time, but I was hanging around the broadcast a lot. That was a really special night. And then, of course, Pleskach has been climbing up the leaderboards, not just at the ECHL level for us, where he's at the top for everything, but even in our entire franchise history, he's pretty high up there.
What do you most enjoy about your job?
Best part of my job, I actually think, is interacting with the fans a lot. I really enjoy it. It's nice to have the people know who you are and know that you want to talk about hockey all the time. And it's because sometimes in Tulsa, in my day-to-day life, when I'm outside away from the rink, there's not really a lot of people to talk about hockey with. So being at the rink, love talking to the fans, and so far I've really enjoyed the road as well.
That puts the wraps on another ECHL Week show from Glens Falls, New York. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow us on all our social media channels. We've got a lot of them. It's the best way to keep yourself up to date on everything that's going on throughout the ECHL. See you next time.